Strategy Corner, a show intended to equip you with the business principles to help you become the leader your organization requires. Our guests from top business schools, renowned consultancy firms and forward-thinking leaders and executives will provide you with the contemporary business insights and principles to help you successfully navigate the complex world of business. And now, here's your host, Lekometsa Mogesi.
Hello and welcome to Strategy Corner. I'm your host, Lekometsa Mogesi.
Whether you want to start an online business or want to expand your existing small business to have an online presence, you definitely need a social media strategy. Mosa Malebo, the founder of Malebo Media, a social media marketing company, shares with us some insights from an online guide called That Marketing Babe, which gives a step-by-step guideline on how to start and build an online business. Mosa, welcome to Strategy Corner.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
We're actually running a theme on entrepreneurship, and I think most of our guests this year have really been on the entrepreneurial side. That's a theme that we're trying to push, so we're excited that you can share your journey and how you started Malebo Media. Just as a courtesy for our listeners, tell listeners a little bit about your background.
All right. Hi, listeners. So my name is Mosa Malebo. I actually own Malebo Media. What we basically do is that we help companies with their social media. So it's like social media management, what we basically do. The company actually started from understanding the frustration that we are in the digital world, and most of our clients actually sometimes can't even manage their own, or they find it a bit difficult to actually manage their own social media, which is something that does take time. And obviously you do need people who are very skilled in order to do that. As much as companies sometimes feel like marketing is not a big thing, we believe that marketing is what makes your business to grow. So that's also why we actually started Malebo Agency. With the fact that marketing should be one of your core strategy when you actually do your business plan. Yeah.
All right, sounds amazing. So you wrote an online guide, a step-by-step guide on how to start and build an online business, The Marketing Baby.
Yes, I did. So what I also did is I've got a blog. It's called That Marketing Babe. So I am That Marketing Babe. I've been in the marketing industry for more than 6 years now. I've actually done your normal traditional marketing, and I've done your online marketing. What I've realized is most companies don't, especially when it comes to online marketing, it's quite a bit, it's very different, or they find it actually different or difficult to actually implement. You never know where to start. Basically, the guide helps you to know where to start when you start your social media. You will have your basics like, what do I do first? Do I first get a name, or do I open a social media account first? Do I get a logo? But our guide actually helps you to understand that, okay, first I will start off with, I know we're still going to discuss everything step by step, but just the skeleton is basically, you will obviously just start with picking your name, which one is the best name. From there, you'll then go on to try and see which social platform can you use. Not all businesses can use Instagram. Let's say your customers are not on Instagram, they're probably on Facebook. So those are the different things that you then need to find to see, how am I going to reach my audience? Then once you're basically done with that, you also now need to create a magnet. Like, how am I going to sample my product to my people? Just like you would do in offline marketing. Let's take, for instance, if you were selling chicken and you wanted people to taste your chicken, you'd go out there, make people taste your chicken so that they understand how does your chicken taste like before they buy it. So you also have to have the same strategy when you're online. So that's what the guide helps you with, to try and help you to actually build your social media or your social network. No, not your network. Your social media.
So you said it's a guide for starting and building an online business. I think people may say, aren't a lot of businesses online now? Or can you define what is an online business?
Okay, so an online business, anybody can actually have an online presence. I can say anybody with the guide, it basically is for anybody who's got a business, but they want an online present. If, for instance, you are, let's say you're a wedding planner, obviously it's a service, but you still need to connect with your clients to let them know that I can be able to make your wedding come true. So obviously it's more showing your pictures, showing your services, giving us that journey for us to know, okay, this person is able to do certain events, I can say. So that's what an online present is. And your online business, in some instances, that you can actually sell your clothes. Like if you sell a product, you'll have your products there online, and then people will then make payment online, then get their products delivered to them. So those are two ways that you can look at it. You can have it either for service, where you're just present online and then you show your customers what you do, or you can sell your products online. You never really even have to sell them, like you don't even have to have a store. You can actually sell them online, and then the payments is done through online. Everything is just online. Then they'll just get their products once they order, and then it's delivered to them.
So you mean it could be I'm running a traditional business, but I just want to expand my audience and showcase my stuff online? Yes,
definitely. That is basically what I'm saying here.
And then the guide actually have different stages, which we're going to go through them.
Yes.
The first stage is the brand and personality infusion.
Yes.
That's very interesting. What do you mean by brand and personality infusion?
So what I'm saying is that as you'll have your brand, everybody has a brand. I'll take instance for, let's say, a t-shirt. You are manufacturing t-shirts. They have slogans on them. So that could be your brand. You then name it. Let's say you name it Malibu t-shirts. So that will then be your brand. But then what you then need to do is, everybody can sell t-shirts, but you need to connect with your customers. And you connecting with your customer means that you have to bring your personality into it, so that the next person can say, you know what, I relate with this brand. What you then need to do is you need to tell your story. That is the first thing that you need to do when you start your business and you sit down. You need to know, why am I doing this? The moment that you understand, or your customer understands why you're doing what you're doing, they will be able to connect with you. And also, you shouldn't try and connect with everybody, because not everybody is going to understand your story, but you need to know who your audience is first, and understand where is your audience also paying, like what do they need from my brand. If your t-shirts are about empowering girls, tell your story that these t-shirts are about empowering girls. And let's take, for instance, you take 20%, and then that 20% you give it off to charity. There are people who are very passionate about charity, and those people will be the ones that actually want to support you, because they understand that there are the homeless out there. They cannot probably go to the homeless because they have jobs and life does happen, but they want to help you. So those would probably be your target market. Actually, that will be your target market. You'll be able to speak to those people because they will understand your story and they will understand your why. So that will be the personality that you bring into your brand. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is important. And now I drill down a little bit, try to understand in more detail. So the personality infusion into the brand really means you have to connect with whatever you're trying, the service or the product that you're trying to sell. So if you have a personality of an outgoing person,
yes,
but probably your service is not for outgoing. So if you're not, let's say you're not in entertainment.
Yes.
You're not an outgoing person. You are more reserved and introvert. You can't really start an entertainment business because the personality clashes with what you're trying to sell.
Yeah. So obviously it has to go with your personality. It has to go with what you believe in, because then it is going to come out. If like you said, if you're an introvert and you're trying to do something that's for extroverts, you're never going to be able to sell your products, because at the end of the day, it didn't feed your why. So it always comes back to, it has to feed your why, because the moment you understand your why, your customers are also going to understand your why and want to also help you with your why.
And then the second stage is the planning stage.
Yeah.
So what happens in the planning stage?
Okay. What I always tell my clients is with your marketing, I know most people, I'll start first with, I know that most people will always say have a business plan, which to some extent I don't really agree so much. I feel like a person should have a marketing plan. The reason why you should actually have a marketing plan is because when you're a small business, especially for small businesses, when you're a small business, everything is centered around your product. So the moment you start understanding who are your target audience, or who's your market, then it will be easier for you to know where you're going to sell your brand or which platform are you going to use for your brand. So you first need to understand who's your clients, where do they shop, which Instagram accounts do they follow or Facebook accounts do they follow. Then after you've done the planning, you then need to ask them and speak to them. Like, would you like this type of service? If you can't speak to them, go on to your competitors' account and look what are they doing. See a gap, try to find a gap that you feel that they're not fulfilling. And see, also the nice thing now is that you can find your Hello Peters, you see people's complaints, you see their pains. That is also one of the other things that you can actually do and then try and build on it. Ask friends, family, anyone on the company that you're trying to build or on the brand that you're trying to build and ask them, what do you think about this? Like, put emotions aside and whatever they give you back, take it in and take it as a learning platform. So that is what you'll then need to do your audience. Then once you then have your market research on where's your customers, which Instagram accounts do they use, and what is their lifestyle? You also need to understand what's their lifestyle as well. Once you also understand all those, that will also give you a way that you can also be able to construct your Instagram account or your Facebook account. Because remember, this is online. People don't see you. People don't know who you are, but they need to feel your brand through visual. So you need to make it as personal as possible. Like I said, let's take the t-shirt still. So if you're doing the whole t-shirt business, your slogans, you need to personify your t-shirt. Make it a person. If you're gonna have, let's say you're gonna have drinks, this person has drinks, and this empowered girl has cocktails. Take the t-shirts, place them next to a drink that you know that your customer normally buys. Take the t-shirt, dress it, or do a flat lay where it's wearing pants, dresses. Play around. If she's a heel type of person, take the heels that you think she'll love. If she's into makeup, do a flat lay of makeup, whatever you can be able to find. Then once you're done with that, you now understand who she is and her personality. You then also now need to start thinking about, okay, cool, what can I name my business? That's one of the most important things, because now you understand her, you know how she speaks, you have an idea. So now it comes to the planning, okay, what name can I take? Once you know your name, and the thing is with the name, don't sit and dwell into the name. Don't sit there, you're thinking, okay, cool, this name won't work. No, just take a name, whatever you feel can work. Take the name and go with it. Don't sit for years trying to think about a name. Just take whatever name you have and go with it. Once you've then decided on the name, this is when then you'll start looking at your Instagram and seeing, your Instagram or Facebook or any social media that you're going to take, and then name it. See if the name belongs to anyone. If the name doesn't belong to anyone, it's fine. It's cool. Take it and then start obviously registering your different accounts.
At an ideation phase where you're trying to come up with an idea, you have to also start thinking about your business model.
Yeah.
I think there's a word, business model is a word that has been used around a lot, and some people don't know. What do we mean by a business model?
So basically with your business model, you need to have different stages. That means let's take the t-shirt business once again. So you'll then look at your manufacturing, where you're going to get your t-shirt manufactured. From the manufacturing stage, how long will it take for them to be manufactured and for you to receive them or for your clients to receive them? Once you get them, you're going to obviously package. How are you then going to be able to package them? What is going to be your brand? How are you gonna make that person to remember you? What are you gonna give as a signature? Because everybody's doing t-shirts, also bear that in mind. So you need to give that. Even your packaging needs to be about you. It needs to give that wow factor that when this person opens it, they're like, wow, I really like this. I wanna help this person more. I wanna buy more here. I feel love. Like that's the one thing that you always need to infuse in your brand. Then after you have delivered, once it's actually been delivered, which courier service are you going to use? Are you going to do a follow-up? How are they going to be able to pay you? And once they have then, let's say they've then delivered or gotten their t-shirt, what's the follow-up stage? That's also the other thing that you need to know. Like, how am I going to follow up to retain this client so that they're always there with you? How are you going to upsell? So those are the small little things that you need to also work on, especially for your business model. Yeah.
Now, you spoke a little bit about, normally people want to start with the business plan, and you don't think that's the right place to start when you when you're starting to develop an idea.
Yeah.
Now, are there other tools that can help entrepreneurs at the ideation phase where they're trying to think about a concept or an idea? And are there some tools that, apart from the detailed business plan that people write, are there other things you can use to help entrepreneurs in terms of trying to clarify their why?
Their why. Look, in terms of you trying to clarify your why, I feel like you need to know the first thing that you actually need to, it boils down to why you're starting your business always. But after you've gotten your clarification, it goes back to you going back to your customers. And once your customers give you the breakdown, because everything at the end of the day is about the customer. No matter what you do, business is not about you. It's just like a DJ that's playing in a club. Next thing they are DJing a song that you don't like, or their set is about them. They're busy dancing to your music and everybody else is like, what's this guy playing? So you should also take your business like that. You're basically a DJ. There you are making your music. You're not playing for the crowd. You need to play for the crowd. So your customers actually are the most important people. You need to first ask your customers, like, why do you want this? How do you feel about it? The nice thing is, even with social media, what I always do with that marketing girl, Babe, you also find it on Instagram, is that I actually follow up with my clients or even my followers. Once they have downloaded my guide, I go back to them and I ask them, guys, is there something that you would like me to add on? Is there a platform that probably we could do a networking session? How would you feel about that? So I try and engage to them as much as I can so that they give me so much feedback. At the end of the day, you know what you are giving them. Business is not about you. It's actually about your customers. The moment you can offer them what they want, you will never run out of business. That's what you need to honestly understand. Yeah.
And then at this stage, there are certain things that you say people should avoid, such as at the planning stage, you should avoid things like trying to register a company.
No, definitely no.
Like, so what are some of the things to avoid at that stage, and why should we avoid them?
Well, you're a small company. It's not really that necessary for you to register your business, as that's just going to be another cost. First of all, you're a small company. You don't have that 700 to spare. Your products are not making money. The most important thing that you need to do is concentrate on you getting your product out there. So the money that you could have actually used to go register is the money that you could have used to buy your stock. See if people are responding well to your stock. The moment when you now have a larger audience that you're selling to, and you see that your product is actually growing and you're making money, and you're like, okay, I can't separate my personal account to my business account. That is when you now know I need to start registering my company. But when you're still making small money, don't beat up yourself about it. Because I know people normally beat themselves up. They're like, I have to register first and then get a logo and then I have to pay people. And that's the one thing that I feel like small entrepreneurs, they are always just about that stage. And then it's 2 years down the line and you're still speaking about the same thing because you're like, I don't have money for this. Don't waste your money trying to register a company before you have actually started selling and producing your product or your service. It's not necessary. It's not worth it, honestly. Yeah.
So at this stage, when do you know when your product is market ready?
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a great question. So the moment that you know that your product is market ready is when you know that people are now starting to buy it. I get it, you've spoken to your audience, right? That's the first thing that we did. And your audience are saying, no, I'll buy your t-shirt at 120. And you have your products, you're giving out samples, not even giving out samples, but you have maybe, let's say, 10 t-shirts that you're like, okay, would you be able to buy? You start contacting them and be like, my t-shirts are ready, place an order. Guys, remember, business is not about being it's about being polite, but at the end of the day, you need to go out there and you need to drive it. So it's like, my t-shirts are ready, place an order. The moment that people start placing orders, that's when you know, okay, my product is actually ready. But the moment they start rejecting, you need to ask them, why are you rejecting? So that you can go back to the drawing board. Because with businesses, nothing is ever set in stone. It will always be that point where you need to go back, look at your product, think about it, and then ask your clients again. The moment they're like, okay, we like this, that's when you start pushing it. You also see with bigger companies, I'll go to Coca-Cola, for instance. Remember they had that Coca-Cola with vanilla. I know I'm exposing my age now.
I remember.
And then they put it out there. People are loving it. I don't know why we don't have it, but I know I loved it. But I guess their response is because a lot of people probably didn't buy it. So that also happens with your business. You might take out a product and people did say they'll buy it, but not as much people bought into it. Then you go back. Don't get discouraged and be like, oh gosh, I'm not going to do this again. No, take it back. Go back. Ask your customers, guys, why aren't you buying this? What's happening? They will be able to respond to you and say, maybe the price is ridiculous. Then you'll look at your price and be like, okay, maybe it was a bit ridiculous. I can take it down a notch. And then people are starting to buy. So those are the small little things that you need to obviously look into. Yeah.
So now the final stage, I think, is the actual launching your business now.
Yes. So now obviously people are buying into your product. Now you're launching your business. Look, with Instagram and Facebook, because those are like the what we actually want to touch a lot on, is that you should actually have a larger audience. What you also need to do is you need to have a magnet. Like you need to attract your people to buy into your product. For instance, offline, if you were selling offline, you'd honestly go to a pop-up shop, and then you have your t-shirt here. People will be able to touch your t-shirt and feel how they are. But because you're online and you can't do a pop-up shop where people can come and feel your t-shirt, you need to give us ideas about how does your t-shirt make people feel. Have models. If you can't have models, wear your own clothes. If you can't wear your own clothes, like I said, do a flat lay. Personify your t-shirt. Give us what does this t-shirt do on a daily basis? Does it go clubbing? Flat lay with a clubbing dress. Does it use hand lotion from this type of brand? Use that. So you need to make us feel what is this t-shirt about? Why should I wear this t-shirt? Does it go with who I am? Give it that, personify it for us. So that the person at the end of the day is like, okay, cool, I want to buy into it. Also, your what samples can you also give is basically you can give advice, give all free consultation. If you're into a different service market, give free consultations, or give free books, give a free ebook, give people advice so that they believe that you're an expert in what you do. Especially when you're a small business, I know that it's so hard to actually even believe in yourself. Sometimes it's like, shucks, what am I telling these people? Is it true? And then some days it's like, okay, I'm on fire. Okay. But the one thing that you always need to do is you need to honestly make people believe what you're about. So the moment you get that trust, the moment that they trust you, that's when you know, okay, cool, these people are really buying into what I do. And then also the other thing is, especially when it comes to Instagram and your Facebook, you need to go find your people. You can't just do an Instagram account, it's looking pretty, you post every day, and then 2 or 3 people are liking your post. It doesn't work like that. What you need to do is that you need to build a marketing message. If you're selling your t-shirts, you actually go to people, you go to your competitors or people that you believe are within your target market. Let's say I'll take an example. Let's say Cosmopolitan, for instance. Those are the girls that read your customer read Cosmopolitan. So you go on to Cosmopolitan South Africa. You literally go on and then you find people. You tag them, you like them, you put a little message and be like, hey, I'm selling t-shirts. I think you're going to like my t-shirts. Go onto my Instagram, like it and buy it. Price is this much. Just like you would in real life when you're going to go out and you're going to go speak to a person and be like, hey, buy my t-shirt. That's exactly what you do on Instagram. You can't be afraid. The nice thing with Instagram is that you can't actually be afraid because nobody knows you. You can literally be an introvert. That's the nice thing about it. So have your message, click there, get people, whoever's Instagram is open, especially those people with open Instagrams. Honestly, put your message there. That's exactly what I do. I say, people follow me. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a free gift guide. And with that, people literally, they come and check out what I'm saying. It's true. And then some even give me feedback like, wow, I love your guide. I think I'm in love with it. I'm going to read it all the time. Or some tell me their difficulties. That's when I know, okay, cool, this product should definitely be working and this method is working. So you need to go out there and find your customers on Facebook or Instagram. Put those messages out. Spend about an hour of your afternoon. Actually, I spend most of my nights. Like at 3 a.m. I'm there on people's Instagram. And then I'm like my stuff, and then I've got this nice marketing strategy that I actually use. In the morning when they wake up to my lovely message. And then also don't forget to give like a genuine like. If a person is wearing a nice dress, compliment them. Hey, I love your dress. It's so pretty. I have one similar like that. If they're wearing red and you love red, if they have a lovely coat, dude, just say, cool coat, I love it. That is how you will then be able to build trust because they know this person likes me and this brand likes me. They want to make friends. And that's what everybody wants. Everybody just wants to be friends with everybody.
There's an important concept that you highlight in the guide to create a marketing funnel.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Okay. So your marketing funnel is... I'll start first with offline marketing because I think that's mostly where people understand, right? So with offline, you're first going to go create awareness about your brand. Then after you've then created awareness, you're then going to create an interest about your brand, right? So you're going to do posters. Let's take, for instance, you're going to do posters, flyers, right? People know, okay, so this person is doing t-shirts. Then after that, they're hooked. They're like, okay, where can I find them? Then they see the poster will write, you find them busy corner, whatever, at Sandton. That's where you can be able to come and purchase. Then they're like, okay, cool. That means that's where I can find them. And then the other thing is action. They're going to go and say, I'm going to go buy my t-shirt at Busy Corner Sandton. They go to Busy Corner Sandton. There they are. They knock on your door. Hello, I've come to buy a t-shirt. Correct. Now you're on Instagram. You're on social media. It's exactly the same. That is exactly what you need to do. So you need to actually have an awareness. So your awareness, remember, will be your pictures or whatever message you are trying to send. We talked about the t-shirt. If you're about the t-shirt, the girl empowerment t-shirt, it needs to create that this person is selling t-shirts. Your Instagram account or your social media account cannot be about t-shirt. Next thing here, you are posting cats. It doesn't go hand in hand. So your message needs to be so clear that the person understands, okay, so this goes about girl empowerment. She's about t-shirts. So these t-shirts, once they have then bought them, she's then going to give it to charity. Okay, cool. I like. Then she likes or she follows. That's an interest. The person, you've then created an interest, right? Obviously, like I said, if they're not coming to you, you need to go find your audience. You go find them. We said we'll go to Cosmo. For instance, we go to Cosmopolitan. We find her. We told her that you're selling t-shirts. She's now like, oh, aware of your brand. She's like, okay, I'm aware. I see it. She clicks onto your account. I like the t-shirts. I think they're awesome. There's an interest. She clicks. She likes. All right, cool. Then next thing, tomorrow you're posting about your t-shirts again. She likes. That's also like an interest, right? Now, she will then probably ask you, where can I get the t-shirts from? That's normally what a person that's interested will then start asking you questions. How much does it cost you have to have your price there. If you don't have your price there, it's fine. You can also have it onto your website. Once they go onto your website as well, it's like, okay, I like so many t-shirts. I think the price is great. Then after that, then they will be able to click and buy. Sometimes you can lose your customer right there where there's just the interest. They're like, I don't know if I can be able to buy online because the trust is not there. Remember, you have to create the trust. This is where you can also wear your own t-shirts, show them the face, ask other customers to refer, wear your t-shirts and then be like a happy customer. So also ask other people to create that awareness. Normally you can call it referral or have a referral page where people are basically tagging and wearing your t-shirt so that this person sees, okay, there has to be trust because we are online. The trust is not always there because of all the fake things that we find. But so you need to create your trust. Even what I've seen other people do is that if they have a store or a shop, they do pop-up shops. They go to different provinces so that the customer can know, okay, this person is real. You need to honestly be out there and make it as real as possible. Once that trust is there, then it's easy for your customer to then be able to buy from you. So your sales funnel needs to create awareness. Awareness needs to go hand in hand with what you're offering. The person has to be interested. So you have to then make sure that, okay, cool, they come, they like. You then have to, once they're interested, you then have to get them hooked. That is when the trust comes in. These two stages are still okay. Obviously, you have control over. So the awareness, basically you have control over. The interest, you also have to try and push it. Then they will like, your customer will then like. The moment that they see there is interest, then you know, okay, cool, I need to give them trust, So the moment then they feel like there is trust, that is when they'll be able to purchase into what you're offering.
And then there's another concept of the creating a content calendar.
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit about that?
All right. So you basically need to be as active as possible on Instagram, and I know that you are a 9-to-5, you're working, right? And you're trying to build your business as a 9-to-5 type of person. So what I normally do is that Sundays, leave your Sundays for yourself. What I always tell my customer, have your Sundays to yourself and decide what are you going to write about. You don't always need to blog. Honestly, if you know that I don't really like blogging, you don't have to blog, but try and have your social media at least 3 or 4 posts within a week. Try and make as active as possible. And then you can also schedule them. They are, what can I say? There are apps like your Buffer where you can just be able to schedule your social media so that it just by itself automatically on that day. Then you can just be able to do that. And also Facebook itself, you can actually schedule with Facebook. That's a nice thing. You don't even have to have an app. It's just Facebook itself. You can actually schedule on which days you want your content to go. So that's also done for you. I think that one you can be able to use. And with that one, I don't think there's a lot more on that one. It's just basically creating your content and understanding what are you going to post for the week, just to stay engaged with your customers, whether it's pictures or if you're going to do a flat lay, plan your different flat lays, how you're going to do them. If maybe you had a wedding or an event last week, which pictures are you going to be using to show on social media? That's basically what you then need to do. Or which blog, if you're a blogger, like which blogs are you going to be posting?
So at this stage, what is it that the business really needs to master?
Okay. Once you then have all these, remember now you have your customer. She is showing interest. You've created awareness. They're coming onto your page. You are basically calling them. There's a call of action. Come to my page. They're showing interest. At least by this stage, by the time that you've got you try and have a target. So each month you should say, okay, I'd like to have maybe 100 followers for this month. Try and push on that. And then from there on, it's 100 and 100. Then you need to have your own plan. If you're a blogger, you need to know, okay, cool. From this blog alone, once I have maybe 3,000 followers, I'm then going to approach PR companies and let them know that this is what I do. Or if you are selling your product, then you need to know, okay, cool, from so many customers that have bought from me, I will then upsell to a different product. Or I will, with t-shirts, I mean, it's in summer, and then in winter, are you going to offer vests? Are you going to offer hoodies? Where are you then going to need to do? Because now you have, everything of yours is now in order. Now it's that time where you need to make sure that, okay, cool, everything is running smoothly. And then this is also the other time, once your business is literally running, this is the other time now where you can actually employ somebody to help you while you're still doing your 9 to 5. And then they can do all the small admin for you while you're still running. But if for now, at this stage, you've got your followers, your product is, people are engaging with you, they're loving your products, and you feel like, okay, it can literally replace my 9 to 5, go ahead, quit that job.
Yeah, so as we approach the end of our show, what are some of the closing comments, or what advice would you give to... So the target market is really someone who's employed 9 to 5 and is really trying to build something on the side. What are the most important takeaways from our discussion?
Okay, the most important thing is, look, it's about business. It's going to get hard. That is the one thing. You are working 9 to 5. Don't leave your job as in yet. You have not yet... You don't have the resources, or maybe you don't even have the money to replace it, you know? So be patient with your product. Sometimes you can even see a sales after 6 months. Because remember, you're online. The important thing is here is that you're online. And also the other thing, what you can also decide, and you have to actually be mindful of that, is that you can actually work at night. After you come from your job, you can rest a bit and then wake up and then still try and push your social media, get your customers. Like I said, your 3 o'clocks in the morning, that is also a nice time to honestly put your market out there, put your, to market your product. Remember, you've created your small little messages. So those are also the perfect time where you can message people. You don't necessarily need to message people during the day. It's a lie. They lied. For now, you're still small. They lied. So literally, even if it's 3 a.m. in the morning, find where your customers are at. That's the most important thing on social media. Follow them. You can follow them, or you don't even have to follow them. But remember to create awareness and tell them, come onto my page. And please don't create something like come onto my page and see. No, that's lame. You have to make it. You have to have a hook. Create a nice tag to it. Even do lols or have smiley faces, but just don't say, come to my page and check it out. Be like, if you're into helping the nation, we're still going back to the t-shirt. If you are about girl empowerment and want to help charity through fashion, come to my website and come buy a t-shirt. You would have changed somebody else's life. That's basically, it's plain, it's simple. People are going to be like, wow, okay, cool. She knows her why. Remember, it always goes back to the why. Now it goes back to the why. You write your why in there. People will be clicking and coming to see. Yeah.
Mosa, thank you so much for coming into our show. Now, I hope you can come back to our show in the future.
Definitely.
On the idea of mastering social media and some of the social media etiquettes, because I think a lot of people really struggle with trying to understand the whole social media and how you can utilize it more effectively. So I'll be knocking at your door to come to our show again. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, learn more about yourself and Malebo Media, how do they do that?
Well, they can just go on to my Instagram page, which is Malebo Media. It's spelled MALEBOO Media. And then you just find us there. And you can also catch me just blogging and just hanging out with other girls, just doing their 9 to 5. You can find me on That Marketing Babe. That's where you'll be able to just find me. Yes.
Okay. Mosa, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Bye, listeners.
Bye. That was Mosa Malebo, the founder of Malebo Media, a social media marketing company, who shared with us some insights from her online guide called That Marketing Babe, which gives a step-by-step guideline on how to start and build an online business. If you have any suggestions about the show or want to recommend any future topics and guests, please email me at lekometa@strategycorner.co.za.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and found the material to be of great value to you. If you'd like to get more information about Strategy Corner and the services we offer, please email info@strategycorner.co.za. lekomeza@strategycorner.co.za. You can also follow us using the handle @Strategy Corner on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get the latest on Strategy Corner. Till next time, goodbye.